Hello there, wall hack Wainwrights. I wanted to talk about mission 5 on DLC Pack 1 here for Air Raider because I have covered this on Ranger, Wing Diver, and Fencer because they're fast, but Air Raider kind of struggles on this mission because you need speed. Because I really recommend you dashing into the room with the spawns at the end and taking out a hole and then coming back and defending and then repeating that step. Whereas Air Raider doesn't have the ability to do that, to move very fast. So I'm right at the beginning here. The green spawn doesn't happen until you're in a certain distance from the door, so just be careful. You can throw your turrets up like we did here, and then walk close to the door and then spawn it. And over here, there's going to be some golds in this room, which is not too bad here. There's only 3 of them. But there's a spawn on the right side here as you walk through this doorway that'll spawn a bunch of enemies, as you can see there. As long as you don't walk too far forward, the enemies will not open that door. So if you have explosives, you can actually destroy all the enemies on the other side of that door without opening that door. So that's something that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure why they allowed that, but yeah, that is a way to get around that spawn. But here for the last part, this is the tough part, and Air Raider is kind of a struggle because you kind of have to work your way forward a little bit, try and get into a room and survive, and then try and take out a hole, and then move forward again, and it gets pretty rough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these peppermint patties here, as you can see, and you actually can trigger the hole through the door. It's not too bad because these things now track. It's kind of cool. So what you can do is you can change targets and look around for something that's stationary. So once I found this target that wasn't moving on the screen, and I knew that this is the general direction of where the hole is at, then I can actually throw my radiator caps, and they'll seek out all the way into that room and actually destroy that hole. And also you can tell when it's destroyed because you'll notice that the cursor will disappear once it's destroyed. So actually pretty cool use of these robot bombs. So this once again is another reason as to why I really love these robot bombs. I've been using them a lot more on a lot of missions. So pretty cool. So there are 4 rooms, and the first 2 rooms, as soon as you go through the doorway up here, if you go to the left, there's a room that has a spawner, and if you go to the right, there's a room that has a spawner. So those are the 2 we're going to take out from here. So I'm just having one person, he's going to defend while I look for a hole, and then once my turrets are reloaded, then I can throw my turrets down and defend while he's looking for another spawner. So we're able to kill the 2 spawners here from this room here, and then once we do that, which will make it a lot easier because that'll be 2 less spawners that we'll have to deal with. Then we'll go into one of those rooms up closer and then continue the same strategy where we'll actually look through the wall and try and find the holes and then kill them with the urinal mints. As far as depth crawlers go, I really like the fire depth crawler here because the flamethrower, you don't have much ammo for it on the depth crawler, but it does have a lot of damage, it seems like, and for taking out silvers really quickly, you can really use that to kill silver if it jumps near you, which is kind of cool. So that's what I'm taking, and I think he has the rocket ones, just because we were trying to see which one's better. But for the most part, I think the flamethrower one is pretty good. So now I'm not sure if you can actually trigger the next hole from this room, but I was having a tough time trying to find it, so we just decided to go further inside and just take cover in the other room and then go from there and kill the hole rather than try and do it from here. So now I think we're going to go forward now and try and we're going to go into the front left room here. And then the back 2 rooms are kind of more difficult because there's actually 2 silver holes on the wall that are up in the air, and then on the ground there's some green holes, which are pretty rough because the greens, are so fast on this mission. So fortunately we can't throw the manhole covers and have them reach the silver holes that are on the walls, but we can actually go in there with the depth crawler once we're down to those last 2 holes and just fight, with the depth crawler itself. So now we're just going to stay in this room and cover. One mistake I do make in this room is once I find the hole, I kind of don't want to look away and change weapons, so I kind of got stubborn here and almost died because of the fact that I was not wanting to try and refine that hole again, which is not that hard to do once you know. They're in the centers of the rooms, so once you kind of know, you can just, like you see, I'm constantly looking for a new target, and as I can see, once I find that target is not moving, and it's in the right spot that I'm assuming, the hole is going to be at, then I can just throw these peppermint patties, and then they will find their way. And it's cool because they don't destroy any enemies on the way, so they just go right to their target and then blow up. And they actually do wind up killing some enemies too. But yeah, these things are very useful. As you can see right here, I'm getting stubborn. I'm trying to just jump up and down, try not to get hit by that green, when I should have just turned around and defended, because there's no excuse. You know, I could easily find that hole again. So we almost died because of that, but that was a mistake that I won't make again. But yeah, I've been using these Euro elements a lot on other missions too. I really like them for the colonists because, like I said, it seeks them around buildings. It knocks their legs out very quickly. I like it on cosmonauts as well for that reason, because it does seek them and knock their legs out. So I think they're pretty useful, and they have decent damage as well. So at least the ones on hardest and the ones on Inferno are decent damage. But I'm not sure about the lower level ones. I don't use them quite as much, but the range is decent. I think the best ones, the Inferno ones, have a 350 meter range, and these have 300 meter range. So it's good enough to do what you need. And the damage is pretty good, and the blast is pretty good. So I have the fire turrets, level 52, and I have the Zerg guns. We're playing this on hardest, but it does work on Inferno too. I just was doing percentage on hardest, so I just wanted to record this. But yeah, either way it will work. But the fire turrets are great for this, for the greens, and it kills them fast. And then, you know, the Zerg guns or the Zexar guns, you know, on Inferno would be good. But yeah, now I'm finding. Okay, I found the other hole on the right side of the room, and actually it does find its way all the way around there. So those are the last ones. The last ones we can kill with these peppermint patties. So once those are down, then we're just going to go forward and try and focus on killing the silver spider hole on the wall, which isn't too bad actually, because we're down to the point where that's the last two holes that are coming. So we just need to kill a few of these straggler enemies that are stuck in the rooms over there, and then we can move on. And then all we have to deal with is the spiders. This is one of the missions where you could technically farm silver spiders that come out of those holes, but you have to play on hardest or higher, unfortunately, for them to be silvers. Otherwise, they won't be silver spiders. But that is a possibility, and they spawn interesting in this mission. They actually spawn every couple of seconds out of the hole, rather than spawning all of them at once at a certain time period, like every 20 seconds. They actually, instead of doing that, they spawn every like 4 seconds, I think it is. So it's kind of crazy. They're constantly trickling out, so it kind of makes it tough as well to defend a little bit. But you know, because of the silvers giving you so many points now, which is nice. You get a new depth crawler after every silver, so pretty cool. So we're not in an issue of threat of having any, you know, shortage of depth crawlers, which is nice. So now we're just gonna try and work our way in. He's using the rocket cannon one, which is, I think, I don't know, like 20 levels lower than the weapon limit. So he took that because he was thinking it'd be good to knock down spiders, but the thing is so weak. He's just constantly bombing this hole and does not want to go down with his weapon, but it's fine. We have time. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but this is probably one of my favorite DLC missions. There's a handful of them. The Retaris one underground level 12 is one of my favorites too, but I really like this one just because it's pretty tough, and just having the non-stop spawning and then trying to work your way in is kind of a fun strategy. Whereas some of the early missions, like the first 3 missions, are kind of disappointing, where they're just like, you know, all golds or all silvers, like nothing too special. But DLC Pack 2 is better on that. They don't do that many boring, or not necessarily boring, but plain missions. But this is one of my favorites. All right, I think we finally killed that hole. Now we're gonna go in and work our way to the next one, and then after that, it's just the armored frogs. I think this is the first time you meet armored frogs. So robot bombs, of course, are fairly good at them, so we have no issues with that, as long as we don't be careless and run in there. But yeah, someone told me that the robot frog, or the frogs rather, in general, speak the NPC dialogue just backwards with voice alteration. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it definitely sounds like they're saying something, because you can just sit there and listen to them talk, and it's kind of cool. All right, this time I'm going to try and go forward and kill this hole, because I have a lot more damage on my depth crawler. I'm gonna use my flamethrower, I think. I also love the shotgun too on the side. I think it's one of my favorite dev crawlers. I mean, I guess to be fair, they're all useful. I mean, I like the sniper ones, I like the rocket ones, I like this fire shotgun. I think they're all useful in their own way. But yeah, even with the flamethrower, I'm already out. It didn't kill the hole, but that thing is decent damage on it. I'm pretty happy now that I'm actually able to use the English version on my challenge runs, and also get to a point where I have enough health and enough starred weapons that I can actually start working on more strategies as well for the English version. So I'm planning on working on the mission that's the second to last mission, the one with all the Deroys and the colonists. I'm going to work on that one next, because that one I think is going to be, that one is definitely tough. And I definitely want to explain that mission and work on that one, so that's probably what I'll be doing next. But yeah, I'm pretty happy to be able to do some more strategies now that I have enough health and so forth. Alright, now we're just killing these last two stubborn spiders, and then we're going to finish it off. So yeah, nothing too special. Just the key things to remember is just at the beginning, the first spawn of greens is proximity based, so just don't walk near the door until you're ready. And then the next spawn of enemies on the right side are behind that door. You can just don't go near that door, and you can kill them on the other side with explosions, explosive weapons, or even the nicks that are in the rooms. You can kill them with the explosions, the missiles, I think. And then last of all, use the peppermint patties on the through the walls, and you can kill at least the two spawners there pretty easily with no threat, as long as someone's defending you. And then you can move in and kill the rest of them. So I think with Inferno, the 350 meter range, you probably could reach the ones in the back from the first room as well. So I'm not sure on that, but I would imagine so, because it's got to be close. So yeah, I'm not sure why the dev crawler doesn't have some kind of, I don't know, forward dash or something. It's kind of disappointing. It's still kind of slow, except the DLC one. So you have to do the side dash. But yeah, now the fun part. We get to throw these manhole covers over there on the frog's legs. I think these do 1700 damage, so times 7, that's pretty good damage. It's so fun to watch them go to the target. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I thought it was kind of interesting, and I was always, trying to think of a strategy for Aerator for this mission, and it just occurred to me, why not use these amazing radiator caps, because they lock on, and they probably should make it to the target. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to track into that room, and they do track in that room perfectly. So yeah, that's all I have for this mission. Just for ending it here. I think last enemy left. So yeah, once again, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it, and remember, EDF doesn't leave a man behind ever. And if you're interested in ways to support the channel, please consider liking the video or watching a few ads, as it does help financially, and it's very, very much appreciated. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next one.